Hello, welcome to TTV News with some latest events in the province. Ladies and gentlemen, at the Central Preparatory Conference, which took place on the morning of June 16, Deputy Head of the Central Propaganda Department, Phan Xuân Thủy, suggested that reporters and propagandists at all levels actively participate in the fight against the information, false belief of the hostile forces.
Facing the incident caused insecurity and order in Dakhla province at John on June 11, the Central Propaganda and Training Department proposed to the Propaganda and Training Departments of the provincial and city party committees, the party committee under the Central Committee, a contingent of reporters at all levels and grassroots propagandists focus on widely disseminating information at the conference in order to promptly and quickly stabilize the ideological situation among officials, party members, and stature of the people, contributing to ensuring stability, security, and social order, and at the same time exposing the counter tactics of hostile forces and opposing reactionary elements. Regarding the issue in the propaganda work, it is necessary to emphasize Vietnam's position that is to resolutely protect Vietnam's legitimate rights and interests in the States. In addition to above content, Mr. Phan Xuân Thủy also asked reporters and propagandists to continue effectively propagating the results of the midterm conference of the 13th Party Central Committee, the 5th session, the 15th National Assembly. At the same time, focus on communicating well the implementation of pre-national target programs, new rural construction, socio-economic development in ethnic minorities and mountainous areas, sustainable poverty reduction, and hunger eradication.
In the afternoon of June 16, the Standing Board of the Provincial People's Council had an explanation session on the implementations of tasks and solutions to improve the rankings of the province administrative indicator. The units to be explained in the Provincial People's Committee. The revision section was addressed by Mr. Nguyễn Thành Tâm, Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee, Chairman of the Provincial People's Council. On the side of the Provincial People Committee, there was Mr. Võ Đức Trọng, Standing Vice Chairman of the Provincial People Committee.
Provincial People's Committee has reported on the ranking of PCI, PAPI, CPAS, PAR Index, and DTI indexes of the province. Accordingly, the PCI and PAPI indexes of TayNinhTV are dropped in rankings compared to 2021, in which the criterion public administrative procedures, considered to be the strength of the province, has not maintained a good level in recent years. The indicators are one of the bases for the Provincial People's Committee to study and direct administrative agencies to improve the efficiency of administrative reform. However, according to the Provincial People's Committee, technically, the way to evaluate indicators such as PCI, PPAR has not yet ensured objectivity, rigor, and transparency. In addition, subjectively, the status of administrative indicators of TayNinhTV declined due to the limited application of information technology and digital transformation in the province. Dissemination of documents upon receipt is not strict. The responsibility leads to the return of additional documents many times, takes time and causes social frustration and a number of other reasons. The Provincial People's Committee has proposed 9 groups of key solutions to promote administrative reform, investment environment, improve administrative indicators of the province.
Ladies and gentlemen, the administrative indicators are not only evaluated and compared with other provinces, but mainly to build people and businesses' confidence in the public administrations of TayNinhTV. Speaking at the conclusions of sessions in the afternoon of June 16, Mr. Nguyễn Thành Tâm, Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee, Chairman of the Provincial People Council, chairs the working session and proposed to Provincial People's Committee a number of specific issues.
Accordingly, it needs to evaluate the effectiveness of the implementation of solutions in the project, implementing tasks and solutions to improve score and ranking position of indicators PCI, PAPI, PAR Index, CPAS, and DTI. The Provincial Party Standing Committee also suggested that the Provincial Service Committee overcome the opinions of people and businesses when commenting on the management of people's committees at town levels, tighten administrative discipline, responsibilities for the performance of duties of the staff. There is a mechanism to help enterprises report corrupt officials, strengthen coordination with the Provincial Fatherland Rent Committee to well perform the provision of information, create conditions for people to participate in supervision, criticism, and build the government. On June 16, the Board of Directors of the Naval Technical College, led by Colonel Ngô Thành Công, the school principal, visited and congratulated the Provincial Party Committee's Propaganda and Training Department on the 98th anniversary of the Vietnam Revolutionary Flag Day, June 21, 1925, June 21, 2023. Receiving the delegation, there was Mr. Lê Thành Công, Deputy Head of the Propaganda and Training Department of the Provincial Party Committee. From 2018, being assigned to implement the signing between the Navy and TayNinhTV Provincial Party Committee in coordinating propaganda on sea, Iceland, and land borders, TayNinhTV Propaganda and Training Department and the Naval Technical College has coordinated to carry out many propaganda activities, enhance the strength and provide two-way information about Vietnam Sea and Iceland, and organize practical activities between Navy and TayNinhTV Province. The communication activities aim to raise awareness for Catholics, party members, and people of different ethnic groups about the strategic position and role of Vietnam Seas, Iceland, and land borders in the course of national construction and protection. In addition to coordinating propaganda, the Naval Technical College also accompanies the province in supporting the welfare and social work by practical activities. The Board of Directors of the Naval Technical College also visited TayNinhTV radio and television station and was welcomed by Mr. Vũ Xuân Trường, Director, along with representatives of leaders of departments of the station. On behalf of the school, Colonel Ngô Thành Công thanked the people of TayNinhTV for their affection for the Navy in general and the Naval Technical College in particular. At the same time, he recognized the contributions of local press agencies, especially TayNinhTV radio and television station, in propagating the position, role, and importance of the sea and islands to the cause of building and defending the fatherland. The current situation on the seas of our country, the party and state viewpoints, and a number of guidelines, solutions, and struggles to protect the country's sovereignty over seas and islands, law of the sea of Vietnam, marine resources, and state management of seas and islands. The school wishes to keep the relationship stick to the military relationship in the performance of the common mission. On the occasion of the 98th anniversary of Vietnam Revolutionary Flag Day, the representative of the school management board sent the staff of TayNinhTV radio and television station to congratulate with good health and successfully complete the task in the coming time. Sending thanks to the college, Mr. Vũ Xuân Trường also wishes to continuously associate the role of the provincial spokesman with the college in propagating both the sea and Iceland issue in many new forms and contents to improve the quality of communication, especially create conditions for press agencies to come to reality in places where the Navy forces are performing their tasks to most effectively carry out communication tasks. Responding to the workday of honoring blood donors in the morning of June 16, 2023, the Steering Committee for Voluntary Blood Donation in TayNinhTV Province held a meeting of typical individuals and groups with many contributions in the voluntary blood donation movement of the province. Since 1996, the first year of TayNinhTV Province officially launched the blood donation movement. Hundreds of thousands of people have donated blood so far. From those drops of blood, they promptly saved the lives of many patients undergoing emergency and treatment. In difficult times when there is a shortage of blood for treatment and emergency for patients, such as the outbreak of the COVID-19 epidemic or after Lunar New Year, the voluntary blood donation movement is mobilized more strongly. Through the movement, up to now, many collectives and individuals from all levels of associations in the province have been honored and rewarded from provincial and central levels. Many individuals have donated nearly 100 times. Many families donate blood typically, with more than 150 times. Many individuals were selected to represent the honor meeting at the central level. On behalf of the Standing Committee of the Provincial Steering Committee for Voluntary Blood Donation, Mr. Le Quang Trung, Chairman of the Red Cross Association of the Ninh Province, recognized and raised the number days on the occasion of responding to the World Day of Blood Donors, June 14 every year. At the meeting, the Steering Committee honored and presented gifts to 45 individuals who are typical members and volunteers in the movement participating in voluntary blood donation.
The audience is in the beginning of the rainy season in TayNinhTV province, and the weather and climate is expected to be complicated. Therefore, the Provincial Commanding Committee for Civil Defense, Natural Disaster Prevention, Control and Search and Rescue has deployed to all levels and sectors to proactively develop plans for timelines and effective prevention and response to contribute to limiting the damage caused by natural disaster.
According to statistics from professional agencies in 2022, the whole province had 106 natural disasters, causing 1 injury. 836 houses were flooded, collapsed, and were blown off. Nearly 12,400 hectares of crops were affected, and some other damage, affecting people's livelihood, economy, society, with an amount of 56 billion Vietnam dong. Provincial Peace Committee has actually supported over 15 billion Vietnam dong to help people restore agricultural production. According to the National Center for Hydrometeorological Forecasting, the natural disaster situation in 2023 will be about 11 to 13 storms and tropical depressions in the SC, 5 to 7 storms affecting the mainland from August-October 2023 and gradually decrease from November 2023. TayNinh is less directly affected by extreme weather. However, in order not to be passive and promptly respond to the flood situation, to ensure the safety of the lake and dam system, especially the dam's reservoirs, have been implemented very early. The first is to direct the management units of reservoirs and irrigation works in the province, especially at Yo Tiếng and Tha La Lakes. The reservoir depth safety assessment is assessed to run the downstream area to ensure safety. The second is the monitor for on-spot in disaster prevention forces and means to coordinate in responding to situations when natural disasters occur. The third is to improve the capacity of disaster warning and prediction, and we will provide information on natural disaster and tropical depressions to the community, the population, and local governments to inform people to know and implement responding methods. TayNinh Irrigation Exploitation One Member Company Limited currently manages 10 electric pumping stations and more than 1,740 irrigation. Currently manages 10 electric pumping stations and more than 1,740 irrigation channels at all levels. In addition, the company has also been assigned to manage Tha La Lake with a capacity of more than 27 million cubic meters. This project has been approved by the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development with an investment of 280 billion Vietnam dong. To ensure the safety of reservoirs and dams in the rainy season in 2023, the company cooperates with the enterprises and affiliated irrigation stations to inspect the current status and evaluate the works, develop a plan for natural disaster prevention control, disaster response, emergency response, dam protection plan, dam safety inspection. Another project is Yo Tiếng Reservoir located in the area of provinces TayNinh, Bình Dương, and Bình Phước with an area of 27,000 hectares, a capacity of 1.58 billion cubic meters of water, with the task of supplying water for agricultural production and industry in the province as well as neighboring provinces and cities. Every year, the Provincial Appeals Committee actively inspects and works with Southern Irrigation Exploitation One-Member Company Limited, the management unit of Yo Tiếng Reservoir, to assess the safety of dams and reservoirs, water supply and downstream safety when Yo Tiếng Reservoir discharge flood activities to inspect dams, water reservoirs, east and west main canals. Summarize the work of natural disaster prevention and control in Yo Tiếng Lake, which is implemented by Tây Ninh Province in collaboration with neighboring provinces before the rainy and stormy seasons. At the same time, together with the provinces to support the flood and storm prevention funds for the Southern Irrigation Exploitation One-Member Limited Liability Company to repair and ensure the safety of Yo Tiếng Reservoir. Up to this point, the prevention and natural disaster and floods in Tây Ninh Province has been seriously and effectively implemented by all levels and sectors. This will contribute to mitigating the loss of people's life and properties if natural disaster occur.
That's all for today, TTV News. Thank you for being with us and goodbye for now.